I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go away. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of wasting time.
What is up, everybody? Today we are watching the best, the only Die Hard. So today we're watching that. And if you guys don't know what Die Hard is, well, you'll now know what Die Hard is. After today, your mind will change about Christmas movies and action movies. So please stick around. Before we get to Die Hard, I kind of also wanted to do a little recap of the day and of today's news and kind of do like a 20-minute thing like that, and then get started into the movie. So today, what have we learned today? Today we learned some really cool stuff. So today we had Tom Holland and Kevin Feige and all of them talk about Spider-Man No Way Home and the future of Spider-Man in the MCU. Specifically, that Tom Holland has pitched a Spider-Man 4 to both Kevin and Amy, and he can't say what he pitched or like the idea he pitched because it'll ruin No Way Home. So that's cool to hear that, that as we heard 2 weeks ago from Eric Davis and Amy Pascal's interview, that that Spider-Man 4 is happening and they're planning on the trilogy, but they're not positive yet on the trilogy. They know that Spider-Man 4 is happening, but they're not positive on 5 and 6 yet. But they know that's going to happen. So that came out today. What else? What else? What else? What else came out today? Um, um, what else today? What else? Oh, and yesterday we had Cowboy Bebop was canceled. And then Tomorrow Studios, who produces that, also produced the One Piece show. So it really matters in time and like, is the One Piece show in danger? What's happening? What's up with that? Um, like what's up with that? You know. Then we also got rumors of a director for Echo who's Native American, and she worked on the Reservoir Dogs show that Taika Waititi produced. So it's going to be really cool to see Echo move forward and see that happen. You know, I'm really looking forward to that because Echo seems like an interesting character that they introduced in Hawkeye that we're learning little bits and pieces about, especially in the Echoes episode. That was kind of like the backdoor pilot type thing to Echo, um, and just getting to know her. And it's going to be really awesome to see where her character goes and to figure out who Uncle is. But I think we all know who Uncle is based off the comics and based off rumors and everything. We all know it's Kingpin. Um, and, and then also Kevin Feige also talked about Shang-Chi too, and Shang-Chi's Disney Plus spinoff. And he kind of said that it's not a Ten Rings. You guys will be very weird about what they're doing with the spinoff. Honestly, I think it might be a Talo spinoff. The town the little hidden city that Shang-Chi and Xiling and Katie went um, to meet their aunt and to they feed the big dragon. They met the Great Protector. Then Shang-Chi got the 10 rings. And then he got the suit with the dragon scales that, that kind of helps repel stuff. And like the dragon scales and the vibranium are very similar in the fact that like they both absorb energy and reflect. So it'd be interesting like if they're somehow connected, like if the Great Protector and vibranium come from the same planet, and to see how that works out, because and then to see if Fing Fang Foom comes in the sequel or in the last movie of the trilogy. Who knows? We'll figure out soon about that. Production starts for Shang-Chi 2 in 2023. So yeah, they're working on that script, and I'm sure they already, like I said, they always plan on sequels and everything. So they have a plan for it. They're just writing the script. Then we have Hawkeye. Like I said, talked about Echo. Hawkeye has 2 more episodes left with next week and the week after. Then that's awesome. That is really cool. Derek Fortuna. Derek Fortuna has joined the crew for HMX Blue Beetle. That's awesome. Uh, Although there's some things that I'm worried about due to that, because Aquaman visual effects isn't the best visual effects, but then you look at Zack Snyder's Justice League, and they're better than Aquaman, and I think it goes like Zack Snyder's Justice League, Aquaman, then F9, the order that the visual effects works in those movies. Because, like, yeah, Aquaman's visual effects aren't the best, but F9 is worse. But Zack Snyder's Justice League has pretty good visual effects. But and then next week we also have No Way Home. I'm seeing it on Thursday, 4 p.m. PST, the first showing of the day, to beat everyone, everyone to it. And so then I'd be like, ha ha ha, I saw it before you guys. So I don't get spoiled, even though I probably know half the movie by now. But who cares? I like to. if I read something like in like words, it's cool. I like to see on the screen. I like to see pictures. I like to see videos. So I think it definitely helped me see it better that way, rather than just reading some text and paragraphs on paragraphs about what the movie is. Um, so looking forward to that. Book of Boba Fett comes out in 2 weeks after Hawkeye finale. Book of Boba Fett starts, and I'm really looking forward to that. Um, and what's up, Austin? What's up? But yes, make sure you smash the like button and join us over to Twitch. Which let me put the Twitch link in the chat right now. Let me put it in the chat real quick. Boom. There's the Twitch link, so you can hop over to Twitch. But spend 15 more minutes over here, then we'll switch over to Twitch to start the movie. But yeah, so it's been a fun week. We had Sean, also Hawkeye episode with the reveal of Yelena Belova. That's and I heard some things about Yelena. If you guys want to hear it, but it's gonna be pretty cool to see where Yelena goes. Especially watching that trailer that came out that Wednesday. Was that Wednesday or yesterday? Well, it was sometime, and she was fighting that lady, and then it seemed like that was before she got snapped, or after, or is like that's the question. Was she snapped? Was she not snapped? I think we'll figure that out in a bit. Oh, snap! They're using scaling visual effects. Hold on, I think I need that. I'm just acting really dumb right now. Let me look that up. Honestly, let me look. F it. I'm just gonna look at IMDb. Black Panther 2, because sometimes that's how you gotta do it. But yeah, I wonder who Yelena's fighting in that scene. Because it's gonna be very interesting to see and learn who she is fighting in that scene. Because once we learn that, then I think we can figure out what's going on with her. And like seeing what's up with that. And let's see. Under Vicky Chan. Oh wow, Vicky Chan she's working a lot on these things. That's awesome. Oh, and ILM is working on. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Actually, it's not Sharon Carter. That I know. It's not Sharon Carter. It's not Sharon Carter. That I know. It's someone else. It might be even a goon. It might be a goon for someone else. Or maybe it may be a flashback to before Black Widow. Who knows? It might be probably Yelena trying to find that. And then I think that either that or I don't know. But it's not Sharon Carter. That I know for sure. And I think, yeah, Anthony, you're right. I think Kingpin is the next episode. I think the way it goes, it'll be like Echo when she ran away. She goes to her uncle Kingpin, and to tell him that, hey, there's someone else that's going after Clint as well. What about that? Like, did you hire someone else to go after? Like, what's up with that? Or there's more people going after him, and we might need to contact that person and see, hey, let's work together. But I'm sure by the time that happens, as we see in the trailer, Yelena is kind of already on Kate's side. And she's, as we see in the trailer, that she's um well, we know that it, that Val is the one that Yelena is working with. Um so I unless Kingpin is working for Val, like that might be another possibility, that Kingpin is like an informant for Val. Um which will be a really crazy twist. Be like, oh snap, like he's working for Val. Okay. But like, because Kingpin would Val wouldn't be working for uh Val wouldn't be working for Kingpin, because Val's way too big for Kingpin to be working for. Um, hey, um, well, Dark Avengers, yes, maybe. Thunderbolts will be Thunderbolt Ross still. Dark Avengers will most likely be Val, and possibly she needs someone to fund it. Um, while Justin Hammer is in prison, he can't fund it, but he can build things for them. But someone to fund it would probably be Norman Osborn, and because he's the one that still owns the company, and because Justin Hammer doesn't own AIM anymore, or was it AIM? Or was it Hammer Industries? He doesn't own Hammer Industries anymore. Um, my thoughts on Charlie only doing one scene in No Way Home as Peter's lawyer. I mean, the scene that he is in, it's a very interesting scene, honestly. It might be very underwhelming for some, but it might excite people, um, because it really shows that Daredevil's still like Charlie's, that Matt is still Daredevil. So, um, but it's gonna be very interesting to see, and also interesting to see where he goes in with She-Hulk, and where he goes with Echo, and where he goes in his own solo project, if it is a Disney Plus series or a movie. Hopefully, they get Steve DeKnight back for either way compatible. Uh, um, but Kingpin bought the Avengers Tower, unless Reed Richards bought it. Well, Tom Holland knows who bought the tower, and Zendaya now knows too as well. So, um, I don't think they'll combine Dark Avengers and Thunderbolts. I think we're about to hit the phase where Kevin Feige is, because again, Kevin Feige hasn't had full control of the MCU like 100% until like Phase 3B, like the lot like so it's like Thor Ragnarok and on was full on Kevin Feige. So Jim Halpert, Reed Richards. But Um, but yeah, I don't think they'll combine the Dark Avengers and Thunderbolts. No. Um, why the CGI for knowing him looks terrible in pictures? I mean, the things that we've seen so far on like the mirror dimension fight. I mean, looking back to Doctor Strange and Infinity War, the mirror dimension fights are not always look like a news report scene. So honestly, I try not to like complain about those things, because if you start complaining about those things, you're not hurting the movie, you're hurting the people that worked on the movie, and it doesn't help honestly sometimes, um so I don't really complain about those things anymore. um 1/4 of something has happened, but I have a feeling, no, I don't think Fantastic Four will be in No Way Home. I think that will on like we already have 15 main characters, um, and a possibility of 4 others would make this movie seem really crowded. Just for it to be Tom Holland Spider-Man's No Way Home solo movie, to push him forward into a place that he may be able to come back from, but not right away. And so to introduce uh, Fantastic Four in this movie would be very weird, honestly. Who do I think bought Avengers Towers? I have 2 theories. Well, 2 options in my head: Oscorp or Baxter building. Um, I'm leaning more towards the Baxter building due to um, there was an Easter egg in Far From Home. I said 1, 2, 3, and maybe 4. Like it was like something in maybe 4 or and continuing or something like that. So maybe it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like yeah, 4. It's 4. So what's another 4 thing in Marvel? Fantastic Four, but like something like that. I don't know. I think also with No Way Home's runtime, uh, I think it's like 2 hours and 30 minutes. Um, yeah, I think there's like 2 hours and it's 2 hours and 30 minutes, 35 minutes with credits, and probably 2 hours and 25 minutes without. Who knows? Well, we'll find out in like a couple days. No more origin story for Fantastic Four. Skip it to make them veterans already. They need to be together for 10 years. Okay, I have a problem with this whole like, oh, they should be Hank Pym's like co-workers like during that time when we saw him in the Avengers Endgame. The the whole idea of Reed Richards being like one of the smartest men alive is that he's thinking 10 years ahead. He's like 10 to 15 years ahead. So making him from the 80s or like 70s, he's only thinking until 1985 to 1995. He's not thinking that ahead. While making him from like the mid 2000s to early 2010s, then by the time he comes back, he can be like still ahead, but but still be the smartest man alive. Like he's like 2 to 3 years ahead, and he's still the smartest man alive. So maybe him learning all the stuff that's happening right now can push him forward, uh, another 10 years forward, and thinking about that. So I think it may be between 2005 and 2015 is like where they disappeared. Um, or they might also do this thing where there was an Easter egg in WandaVision when Tiana Paris's Monarch Rambeau went back to Sword, and Hayward was like, "Oh, there's some people still missing after the snap, and they didn't come back after the blip. So maybe those people that are gone are the Fantastic Four, and they've worked with Monica Rambeau, and maybe something like that, and like Sword might have been doing their own little quantum realm type, uh, dark dimension type experimentation, and and the four, and I think honestly it may be. I think they're still gonna keep where it's 5 of them, where it's Doom also went with them, um, but he came back before, so um, it's like oh Doom was probably snapped, or like okay, they shrugged it off. They're like, oh whatever, like he can go back to ruling his country, be the Prince of Latveria. We don't really care what he does right now, but we need to figure out where these other 4 guys are. We need to figure out where Reed went. We need to find out where Stu. We need to find out Ben and Johnny are. We need to find them stat. Um, but obviously they were busy with Wanda and that whole shebang happening over there. Um, Fantastic Four needs to feel that are family. They're explorers first because before superheroes, they're celebrities, and they're celebrities in the comics. Yeah, I feel like having them be at least have Reed and Sue and Ben be like sword agents, and maybe having Johnny be a sword pilot um, will help make them like, and I think it will be cool to see that. Um, Bryan Cranston should play Norman Osborn. No. Do you think Keanu will play Ghost Rider because it will be easier for to do? Maybe. I know that people want him to be either uh, Silver Surfer or Ghost Rider. I think either one would be perfect for him. I think it. That's the thing. I don't want Franklin and Valeria to be in the first movie or in the second movie. I think they should be in the third movie, um, or like at least hinted at in the second movie, or hinted at the end of the first one. Be like, oh, Sue's pregnant, like, and then um, have it be like that because I don't like. I want to at least have a really good Fantastic Four movie with them, just them four first, and then introduce Franklin and Valerie. Um, and then obviously, you know who babysits Franklin and Valeria? Agatha. I don't want an old Norman Osborn. I want at least someone who's in between the ages of 45 or in 55. Uh, who looks young, on the younger side of that. An Aaron Eckhart, or there's someone else that was in my head. Yeah, an Aaron Eckhart, or if like, or Michael Shannon. You know, those two. Those two are my top two choices for Norman Osborn. I can see that. I can definitely see Jeffrey D. Morgan being Johnny. Um, but also I hope they keep what's his name for Robbie Reyes. I hope they keep him for Robbie Reyes because he's really good. He was really good as Robbie Reyes. As we are hitting that 6:30 mark, I want to remind you guys to please go to Twitch. Go over to Twitch. I'll link the Twitch link again in the chat. And yeah, please go to Twitch and please join me over there. We're gonna be watching Die Hard, and we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun watching Die Hard, and I hope you guys can join me over there. And hopefully you guys can click the link or just go to twitch.com slash not .com, twitch.tv/pop culture corner. We'll be over there watching Die Hard. Again, we'll be watching Die Hard. And I'll see once I see everyone go over there, I'll end this on the YouTube, and then we'll head over to Twitch and start the movie. Please again join, because we want to have fun with you guys. We want to have fun, and we want to start this continue this tradition of watching movies together and watching TV and all that stuff. Because sometimes people I mean, I do too, but I think that has to be earned rather than it just happening. Like we haven't seen that before, and just by shoving it in our faces, it'll be weird. Honestly, I to me, I don't want it. But if they do, I'll be fine. But I don't. I feel like they should wait till the second or third movie for them. Completely honest, because I think it'll be a bit crowded for for Franklin and Valeria to be in this movie, to introduce 6 characters to the MCU in one movie as the main 6. You're not just doing you're not building up to it. You need to build up to Valeria and Franklin. Anthony, I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna do something. Hold on. But yeah, I don't. Again, I'll be fine if they do it, but I don't want it. I just don't. I don't want it. I don't want it. No. But if they do it, I'm fine with that. But personally, I don't want. I'll continuously repeat myself on that. So yeah, I have feelings about that. Again, join me on the Twitch, over there. So please join me over there, and I know they're very important to Marvel. But again, I feel like it's too early for them to be in the first movie. Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm sorry.
Peacock's got Harry Potter.
But I'm sorry. I generally don't. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't want that to happen in the first Fantastic Four movie. No. No. So hold on, let me do something real quick. You know what? This is how I'm gonna do it. Okay. All right. Hopefully everyone is able to go to Twitch. Again, the link is right here. And I'll see y'all, the YouTube side, later. All right. Peace.